That's the kind of pitching you're looking for here.
And the pitch, a little high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That one hits the lower outside corner. Seems to be his bread and butter is that lower outside corner. Always seeming to locate. Pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. That one's in there for a called strike. On the outside corner against Mark Cooley. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Cooley was not happy about that one.
Not sure if he was upset with himself or the umpire. That one looked pretty good right down the middle almost, but not sure what he was throwing his head up for. Either at himself or at the umpire.
2-2. Running off the field.
Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, I've seen a couple steps, but I haven't seen a full-out run to the dugout.
You ever see someone take a nasty fall and then run?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was that. The payoff,
Lost him.
that one was a ball. The other one,
It was close. Give him that.
again, I like to see this. That wasn't an argument. They were just talking about that pitch, making sure everything was okay. I love how civil this baseball game is.
It is. Umpire, full out to admit it, even yells it so we could hear, I missed it, after being questioned by the manager for the Starfires.
Here's the pitch. That one misses the outside corner. Yes, it does miss the outside corner. The other one, yeah, that was strike 3. We'll just say that. Pickup throw over to first, and it's thrown away. Kicking the dirt there is player. Obvious frustration there. You had a strikeout, but you needed a 4th strike. So that'll be a failed pickoff and error on the pitcher.
Now we're going to have a meeting on the mound.
Yeah, really nothing you could do if you're a player. You're obviously frustrated with everything going on. You had strike 3. Called a ball. And you ran off the field.
Sprinted almost off the field. Like, you were sure that was strike 3.
So it'll be a 1-0 count. 2 men gone. Runner in scoring position now for the Suns. The 1-0. Lower outside corner called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A little bit of a makeup on that one. That one was outside, but
Although you just saw the pitching coach. That was Pat Strange for the Starfires. That helped him out. And the 1-1. That one's in the dirt. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. We are not going to go to a break this half inning. We now have a live feed up on YouTube after a couple hours and issues with Google, YouTube, and Snapchat. The good news is we are back up and running. We have everything all set. We just want to give you a quick refresher on what's currently happening. 2-1. Called strike on the lower outside corner. Again, player is locating low and outside.
an emphatic strike there by the umpire. Starfires do have action in their bullpen as Mitch McQuaid has got up. 6'3" out of Northeastern University.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces wild. Pitch just misses outside. Close pitch, but it was outside. But you would have thought, hey, if he missed the last one, maybe you'll give him the benefit of the doubt being an extra inch outside. The answer is no. The count is 3-2. The runner goes, and the 3-2 is a line shot. off the glove of the second baseman on a one-hop, no throw. The run comes in, the Suns catch a break, and they now lead it 4-2.
My goodness, how that one pitch
Mm-hmm.
has really hurt the Starfires, and
That lets in a run here.
Not to be lost in all that, of course. Coley off on the pitch. And
Which
that
is
running,
rare to see.
running start gave him the positioning he needed to come home on that play.
So new batter, Jack Cooney, number 7. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Something to note, the run for Cooley is currently unearned, even though the pitcher was the one who threw it away and made him advance to second. Cut on and miss there by Cooney.
Dark clouds start to hover over Wakona Park, and I'm surprised the lights are not on over the park. Lights have stayed off as it starts to get pretty dark.
Pickoff
over here.
throw over to first, also thrown away. And that's the second error by the pitcher. So 2 errors, both by the pitcher. Again, to his credit, neither of errors should have happened. Pitch hits the lower outside corner after a low strike does come aboard. That one foul tipped into the mitt, and that will be a strikeout. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we have the time in the inning, 2 runs come aboard off of 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left. We now have our live stream up, and for those of you who are now just tuning in, we do apologize. There was an issue regarding Google services with a Google Cloud function. The good news is, well, bad news is, it wasn't just us. It was also the entirety of Google itself, YouTube, and Snapchat. There was multiple servers down where there was an issue where things were not loading, so we did not have a live stream. We do apologize for that. The good news is we're up and running. We have everything set. While I have some quick time to do so, right now it is 2, 9, and 3. That's 2 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. 4 errors. That didn't populate yet for the Starfires. 4 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors for the Suns. 1 run came in the 3rd and 4th innings for the Starfires. Suns score 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Yeah, the clouds are really, really getting dark now as I'm just finishing up everything.
According to our radar look right now, the rain set to start any moment now. Pocket of dense, powerful rain appearing over the Pittsfield area. And it certainly looks like we're about to get stormed on, doesn't it, boys?
Yes, it does immensely. It'll be the top of the order. Bryce Walker, who has lived up to his name, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. First pitch here is low for a ball. Count is 1-0. For the Suns, a rain out, where the game gets called due to weather, is a win in their books. Wind really coming in. You can definitely hear
You
it.
can hear that. Oh, boy.
Starting to really pick up here.
Yeah.
Rain any minute now, definitely.
Anchor down your papers,
Aye, aye,
gentlemen.
Captain.
Yes, please. Pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. And the count now is 2-1. All you need now is just to yell, "I'm the king of the world!"
What does that do?
Titanic joke.
Oh.
At least the movie, that is. Pitch is outside for a ball now 3-1. Yeah, that doesn't even help. Yeah, everyone cover your mic real quick. Let's try this.
Already.
No, there's
Nope,
no
not
use.
much.
The pitch is in there for a called strike, and that will make the count full at 3-2. You know, I do have a windscreen on. That's hilarious. But it doesn't cover and screen this much wind. Here's the payoff from Jesuit. High fly ball deep to right. Going back is Kronk. He will settle underneath it, and he will collect the first out of the inning.
So finally, Bryce Walker does not walk.
Yeah, how
and
about
puts
that?
the ball in play.
You would think that would be someone for, player. Pitch is low in the dirt outside. 1-0. Do apologize for the wind. Unfortunately, that's Mother Nature. The 1-0 is smacked off the plate, headed towards short, scooped up by the shortstop Cormier. Throw over to first in time.
He's had a couple nice plays tonight, Cormier has.
Now the catcher, number 20, Angelo Diaquinto, is 1 for 3 on the day. A single to right in the first, an infield fly to the second baseman in the third, and then a fly out to right in the fifth.
It's like Coach Shalikis is getting his players in position. So they've done their scouting reports on Diaquinto here.
Pitch in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. The 0-1. That one well in the dirt. Bouncing in for a ball. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. That one does hit the outside corner for a called strike. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Make it 3. Called strike 3 and a fantastic locating pitch from Jesuit. He's only made 1 mistake, and that was his single. The first batter that he faced. So it's stretch time. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom 7 upcoming. Weather pending. 4-2 Suns lead it. We'll listen to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Here at Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn on the call here today. Going to the bottom of the 7th, just past stretch time. It is currently 4-2. The Suns lead it over the Westfield Starfires in the very first matchup of the two teams at Wacona Park.
As I mentioned earlier, these two teams will actually battle it out once again tomorrow back in Westfield at Bullens Field. It'll be the third time that these two teams face each other.
So this is the first game of a home and home, and then after that, the Suns will have another home and home. The morning game on Tuesday, and then an away game on Wednesday. Those will be hosting the Worcester Bravehearts and then visiting the Worcester Bravehearts. And then the exact same thing after that with the North Shore Navigators with a third straight home and home, and then a much-needed off day on Saturday.
It's a long stretch of games for the Pittsfield Suns. That's what summer ball is. You have a 9 or 10 games in a row before you get that off day.
It is indeed a densely packed summer, but
That's what they sign up for, right?
exactly.
That's indeed what they sign up for. A tip of the cat there from Matt Malcolm to the pitcher. For Malcolm, he is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, grounded out twice to the starting pitcher. And the first pitch, he swings, misses. And the lightsaber noise goes out perfectly at that point. Count is 0-1. And the next pitch here from Player. Pitch is high and tight. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. And where did you say Zach Player resides from for his college? Was that Framingham?
Eastern Connecticut State.
That makes sense. They're teammates. Pitch is fouled off.
Pitcher for the Suns, Jesuit, is from Framingham.
Matt Malcolm is the catcher for Zach Player during the regular season for ECSU.
Must know him pretty well.
I would say so. And he knows what his pitches look like. So if anyone has an advantage here, I would say it's Malcolm. Pitch. That one just misses.
Bet there's a couple smiles and laughs up there between the two, no matter what happens here.
Here's the 2-2. Pitch misses high and in. Count is full at 3-2. The windup from Player, and the payoff is upstairs in the catcher. Does the scouting report from personal experience and gets a walk. It's his second walk. He's got both varieties of it. He's got a hit by pitch and a walk. This will be Jeff Boggess, who blasted a 2 RBI 2-bagger to left his last time up. Officially 1 for 2 on the day. Also a walk and a stolen base. I just got a raindrop on my hand, so yep, it's starting to rain here. Pitch hits the outside corner against the lefty. Called strike 0-1.
See them on the opened windows here in the booth, starting to collect.
That is a very soft barrier. So when it pours, yikes. Here's the next pitch. A check swing. Doesn't matter. It's called strike on the outside corner nonetheless. The count is 0-2. That was a very odd, unique, ineffective check swing, but the only problem is the pitch did hit the strike zone on the outside corner. Player, the runner goes. The 0-2 hit and run is fouled back. Count is 0-2. Matt Malcolm, the 5'7" catcher, with everything against him, deciding to steal. He's not afraid to show off the legs.
You don't see a lot of catchers stealing bases, but Matt Malcolm not afraid to do so.
He's actually got a 7 this year for ECSU.
There you go.
Catcher's legs. Pitch well outside. Half-hearted pitch out, if not a mispitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody gone. Player from the stretch. 1-2. High fly ball over to right field. Joyce underneath this one, charging in because of the wind, and he will collect the out.
Wind definitely played a factor in that one.
And also, the smart play there from Joyce. He could have easily elected to let that one drop, throw over to second. Sure, you have Matt Malcolm, who has stolen 7 bags. But you have a much speedier Jeff Boggess that would have been reside over at first replacing him. Now there's a meeting on the mound.
Not sure what happened there. The umpire
Yeah.
called for the manager to come out to the pitcher's mound. Not sure if there's an injury on the play. I'm not exactly sure. Kind of pointing around a little bit, but I'm not sure what they're looking at. A couple warm-up tosses here. It looks like might be an injury.
Really, it's a preventative one at that. They just want to test everything out. That seemed like a fine pitch to me.
Yeah, I didn't happen to see anything with player that would have indicated an injury.
So while we have a chance, why don't we get an update on current scores that are happening around in the FCBL while we have a quick moment to do so. But actually, no, that's going to do it. Player's going to head off. They're going to get a new pitcher due to what seems like an injury. He threw 2 pitches, then handed off the ball. I do have to say this. Zach Player, a true competitor, but a smart one for throwing the pitches, but realizing just because you can throw doesn't mean you should. He's going to send himself off, and that is one of the most mature things I've seen from a ball player.
No, there's really no reason to get hurt. Force yourself to continue when you know you can't.
Especially not this early in the season.
Right.
So it looks like there will be a new relief pitcher.
I think
It'll be
Mitch McQuaid.
Yep, it will be Mitch McQuaid coming in relief for Zach Player. And it seems that this will be a replacement due to injury, so McQuaid will have as much time as he likes out there to warm up because of the injury. That's one of the rare rules seen with a pitcher.
McQuaid was warming up in the bullpen about an inning ago, and then he was warming up prior to the injury to Player.
So this will be Mitch McQuaid, who's replacing Zach Player, who threw 5 1/3. 1 1/3. I was putting in Fleury's line in comparison to it. I'm kidding. I was just misspoke. 1 1/3, 8 batters faced, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 hits, including a solo shot by Jackson Peterson. Gave up 2 walks, struck out 3, and he threw 43 pitches, 24 for strikes. Again, not going to speculate on what the injury was, but an injury nonetheless. If I were a betting man. And the rain, perfect timing, is coming down. And for the Suns, this is what they need to happen in order to win. They need to pretty much have this at a standstill. If you do give up the lead to the Starfires, you need to complete the 8th inning in its entirety, including the bottom half. So right now they have essentially 8 outs that they need to collect, including break. And for this Storm coming in, that's not looking too bright. So it is going to be tough for the Starfires to come back, especially now with the injury to Zach Player. You still have 2 outs in this inning. Then you have a full 6 outs, not to mention you need 2 runs on top of that.
And do we have lightning coming up in the area? I'm wondering if they'll just straight up call it, not because of how hard the rain is coming down, but because of the lightning.
Yeah, once the lightning hits, that's when that's more than likely when it'll be called.
Right. Rain's starting to come down harder and harder as we go. Give a quick update around the league. We mentioned earlier the Brockton Rocks able to finish off the North Shore Navigators. The Navigators pick up their first loss of the season, 7-3. And the other game that was scheduled to play today between the Worcester Bravehearts and Nashville Silver Knights was postponed to a later date. So the Starfires and Suns are the only game going on around the league tonight.
And if the Suns pull this out, they will be the number 1 team standing alone up atop the leaderboard in the standings. Jack Colley here, 0 for 3 on the day. Fouls this one back, 0-1. Colley's got 2 strikeouts, 1 of each, swinging and looking. Also grounded out to the pitcher. So the pitcher has been his kryptonite today. Let's see if he can change that. Here's the 0-1. Bouncing, breaking ball. That one drops in, no advancement there from Malcolm. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. That one drops low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. McQuaid from the stretch, the 2-1. This one, a hot shot down the third base line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Throw over to first. It's not in time. The equivalent of a bunt single. It's a swinging slow ball, and you might have thought, why didn't Walsh let it go? To be honest, that was going to stay fair the entire time.
An interesting decision. I'm wondering if he let it go, if it would have stayed fair the whole time, but looks like it was going to anyway, so might as well try to make a play at least, but good thing he didn't throw the ball away. That's the only thing there that you're worried about.
He didn't get much on the throw. Wasn't sure if he got his feet set necessarily.
No, with the charge, he had to throw across his body and over the pitcher as well. So this will be Jackson Peterson, a solo shot to right center last time up, a check swing. The appeal, he did not go, a generous call, and the count is 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That one's in there for a called strike. The count now is 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone, 2 on. And a 4-2 lead for the Suns. The 1-1 is foul tipped back into the catcher. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. You're going to see this a lot. Really at any level. During a foul ball, if a catcher or umpire gets hit with a foul ball, whoever did not usually walks the ball out just to give the other person a little bit of extra time to recover there. I do have to say the sportsmanship between these two teams at every end, the tip of the cap, the great plays, the at-bats, this is a rivalry, but it's the most gentlemanly rivalry that I have seen in quite some time.
Well, give it time, you know.
I
got
mean,
a whole season
this is
ahead
only
of
the
us.
second matchup that they've played against each other. And they see each other a lot.
Here's a 1-2. Pitch it well high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And even the sportsmanship of Zach Player allowing himself to be removed from the game due to injury, he could have still pitched up to his pain level and his pain tolerance,
Right.
but realize, you know what, someone else might be doing a better job than me, and I'm not at 100%.
I mean, his warm-up tosses that we saw looked pretty good, so he probably could have given it a go.
2-2 swung on and missed. Throw over to second is a diving play by Dale. The tag is late, so that is just a strikeout. Now this will bring up the right fielder, number 2, Kyle Cronk, and
Quinto is going to go get a new mask, it looks like. I thought I saw him throw a piece of his mask behind the umpire, and he's got to go get repairs or get a new one, looks like. He's going to get a new one.
those things aren't cheap. He's going to get a new one tentatively, but long-term, he's not going to throw that other one out. He's going to get that one repaired. So new mask on, new batter on. Cronk again struck out last 2 times up. Grounded into a fielder's choice that should have been a double play. A couple early miscues by the middle infielders. McQuaid checking second. And the pitch. That one, are you kidding me?
What are the odds?
Better check it again.
We've had a flagpole that's never been hit beamed on a foul ball. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. I'll just say that.
Looks like the rain has stopped for now, which is good news.
And his mask is holding up too. Here's the 0-1. Pitch low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Malcolm, again, he's a catcher, but he's very active over there at second base with a huge lead over at second. Trying to get in the head there of the pitcher.
Starfire's
Runner does go, swing and miss, and it is bobbled there by the catcher on the transfer, so that's going to be a double stolen base.
surprised that these Starfire's second baseman and shortstop weren't paying a lot of attention over there to Matt Malcolm. They kind of just stuck right where they were and allowed Malcolm to get that big jump.
So 2 stolen bases on the swinging strike. Rare to steal on 2 outs as well. The 1-2 is swung on and missed in the dirt. The catcher will throw over to first for the final out of the inning. A strikeout swinging 2-3 for the 3rd straight strikeout for Kyle Cronk. And that one will end the inning as no runs come aboard off of only 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We head through 7 full, hoping to get a full 9 in. But right now we head to the top of the 8th with weather pending as an issue. 4-2 Suns, they lead the Starfires. We're going to listen in live and listen as everyone sings Sweet Caroline, that everyone in the crowd.
So good, so good, so good.
As you just heard, Ryan Langford coming in relief for Joshua Jesuit. Currently in line for the win, thanks to the Suns offense. Looking at the pitching, pitch 2 full, 6 batters faced, 1 hit given up. Faced the minimum after the double play. 2 strikeouts, had 20 pitches, 12 of them for strikes.
Rain's starting to pick up a little bit again here. As I just said, it was slowing down or non-existent. It comes back.
Yep, you forgot. Knock on wood.
I didn't knock on the wood.
That's it, man.
That bites me this
This
time.
game gets called. It's your
I
fault.
will never forget to knock on wood again. I'll tell you that.
Don't beat yourself up too much about it. Left fielder Ciccarelli, right fielder Joyce, third baseman Walsh due up. Each of them with a hit. Ciccarelli only one with 2 hits. Also has an RBI. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Pitch, that one's in there. A called strike, 0-1.
Well, I saw Ryan Langford in our home opener against the Bristol Blues. He went 2 innings, getting 2 strikeouts, didn't allow a hit, no runs, picked up the win.
Pitch, that one's in there for a called strike. Now 0-2. Caught on and missed for strike 3, and that's a great way to start the day. A 1-2-3 strikeout. Go ahead.
Langford appeared in 6 games this season for Florida Southern, all relief appearances with a record of 1-0, 8 2/3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs allowed, and 9 strikeouts recorded.
That pitch is too far low against the left-handed hitting Joyce. He is 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a double play, and a single to left. in the second, third, and fifth innings, respectively. Pitch, that one's fouled off.
Starfires with 9 hits in this one. The Suns with just 5, and Suns have the lead 4-2.
Here's the 1-1. That one drops in low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here in the top of the 8th, trying to get this baseball game concluded in full. 2-1. Bounces in, and that one also hits the mask of the catcher. So count 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. This one slapped foul will bring it to a full count, 3-2. What's odd is this. The Suns really taking advantage of their hitting, and they're hitting in the selected spots that they need it. But for the Starfires, their hitting is pretty sporadic. 2 runs off 9 hits, while the Suns have 4 runs off 5 hits. Suns are doubling up in runs, but the Starfires nearly doubling up on hits. Here's a payout pitch from Ryan Langford. That bounces in and gets away from the catcher, but walk nonetheless. Christian Walsh will now step up to the dish, and he'll try not to repeat what he did last time up, which is grounded to a 5-4-3 double play. Something that has been done 4 times tonight. And yes, I can tell you without looking, that is a Suns record for how many 5-4-3 double plays have occurred in one game. 1 for 3 officially is Walsh. First pitch. Bounces in. A lot of bouncing balls. Throw over to second. However, the throw, and he got him. Saving a wild pitch, throwing out the runner. You can erase the double play because the out has already been made.
Nice throw there from Matt Malcolm. Right on target. Nice tag there by Cooley. And there's 2 outs in the inning just like that.
We've seen some really good defensive catcher work so far this season from Hernandez and now Malcolm tonight.
The defense has really been holding up. That'll go down as a caught stealing 2-4. The pitch, changeup, that's in there for a called strike. Now 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 men gone. Langford throws a fastball around 92, a curveball, slider, and circle change in his repertoire. The 1-1, that's a bouncing ball. I don't think that's in his repertoire, but it's thrown nonetheless. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. What would have made that perfect is if Malcolm caught it on a bounce and then framed it. And then held the frame for about 5 seconds. Here's the 2-1. Hot shot right back to Langford. What an inning. That will end the inning on a 1-3 put out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head through 7.5. We head now to the bottom of the 8th. Currently, it is a 4-2 lead for the Pittsfield Suns over the Westfield Starfires. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney on behalf of RAD. If you're drinking, you can't drive my car or any car. Remember, if you're partying this holiday season, don't drink and drive. Got it? It's just not worth it. Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
Huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Bottom of the 8th for the Pittsfield Suns. It's time to tack on insurance runs here, as it'll be the bottom of the order. Fernandez, Cooley, Cormier. First pitch is outside. The count here is 1-0 to the Baby Shark, designated hitting, Andrew Fernandez. The 1-0 misses in the same spot, low and away. Here's 2-0. That one popped foul over our heads onto the concourse, if not the parking lot. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Pittsfield Suns bats have been relatively quiet in this game as compared to yesterday, really, when all 9 of their starters were able to get a base knock.
High fly ball up in the air behind the catcher, and let's see the play. Landed on the roof just behind us. That one slid off the roof onto the concourse. I was hoping it did not hit the window because that surely would have shattered it. Here is the 2-2. High fly ball down the left field line, but that will shade foul.
My goodness, another shot.
That was a rip.
That one just foul. We saw that earlier from the Starfires. I think it was Christian Walsh who had.
Yeah, the near homer.
Mm-hmm.
But that one went further for
That one was
Fernandez.
deep.
If we're in England, that one's a true blue sixer. I'll tell you that. Absolutely crushed, but just went foul. Here's again the 2-2. This one in fair territory, it seems. No, it goes foul again.
Wow. Fernandez getting good pieces, good wood on that ball, but a couple just out in front of it,
Yep.
pulling them foul. Just got to wait that half second, and you've got a moonshot of a home run.
Here again, the 2-2. Yet again, it's fouled off. The only strikes in this plate appearance, well, there's 5 of them, all fouls. Ball 1, ball 2, then foul 1, foul 2, foul 3, foul 4, foul 5. Holding off, but it is called strike 3 on the breaking ball. He's asking where it was, the lower outside corner. But a great battle nonetheless, especially getting the pitch count up there of Mitch McQuaid. And that also allows more pitches to be seen from the Suns. Second baseman Mark Cooley. 0 for 1, 2 walks and a run scored. Big cut and miss, however, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. Great fastball there from Mitch McQuaid.
We got some good life on that fastball.
After throwing 8 pitches the previous man. 0-2, swing and a miss. Tag is applied. Out number 2. Shortstop number 5, Nate Cormier. RBI single last time up. 1 for 3. A check swing, he did go, says home plate umpire DJ Nadeau.
Rain is starting to come down. Heavier now.
That one a slap shot over towards short. Shortstop throws over to first. A high throw, but the out is made nonetheless. That will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And now for the Starfires, whether or not they need 2 runs to tie up this ball game. Let's see if they'll get there. We head to the top of the 9th. Suns lead it 4-2. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Do you suffer from the heartbreak of brain rot, feeling bored, sluggish, listless, not had a new idea in days, using electronic gizmos without a clue why they work? Now there's help. Ham radio, guaranteed to stimulate your corroding neurons and open a whole new world of excitement. To learn more about ham radio, go to helloradio.org.
Side effects of ham radio usage include mental stimulation, desire for education, new career paths, understanding of technology, and cases of addiction have been reported. If you experience any of these symptoms, you're welcome.
Ham radio. It's not your granddaddy's radio anymore.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
Lowest prices in town. Dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
nor will we brag about our
Huge selection. Enormous variety.
we will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
It is the top of the ninth, but the bottom of the order here. And the last gasp here for the Westfield Starfires. It's going to be Dale Quinn Salima. And Dale has a 2-for-3 hit performance tonight. He'll see a first pitch called, strike 0-1. He's got a double, a run scored, and a single. Here's the next pitch. In there for a called strike 2.
Take a look at that one right down the middle. Not happy with himself, disgusted. Walks away for a sec, collects his thoughts, and is ready for the 0-2.
Here's the 0-2. He was ready for it. Lays off. Now 0-2 is now 1-2. Shaking off the sign is Langford. Now he has it. Winds and deals. This one a hot shot over towards third. Nope, giving up to the shortstop. Throw over to first. One gone. And a smart job there of Colley. If he would have dove for it and then got up and throw over to first, the runner would have been there safely. He trusted his shortstop the entire way and allowed the shortstop Cormier to make the play, which he did on the 6-3 putout. One gone here now for Tommy Quinn, the DH. He is 1-for-3 on the day with an RBI double back in the fourth.
And really no reason not to trust Cormier on that play. He's had a number of nice putouts tonight. He's shown his range. He's shown his arm strength.
Yeah, and plus you've already had enough assists today. You've had four double plays. This one a hot shot into center field, going back as a center fielder. This is over his head. Cooney collects it. He'll throw in. No one covering second because he's going to be in there with a 1 out. 2-bagger to center. And that's the second time that he's done that. A deep drive to center and a double. Last time Quinn had an RBI with it.
With that hit, that doubles up the Suns and hits. Starfires now with 10 hits. The Suns with 5.
Yeah, talk about your selective hitting. Only 2 runs off of 10 hits. Pitch. Beautiful breaking ball there. Hits the outside corner and backdoors the lefty on the slider. Here's the 0-1. Great circle change there from Langford. Now it's 0-2. Setting from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. Good frame there for trying to make him swing and chase it out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Runner in scoring position here for the Starfires. The 1-2. Breaking ball just missing outside. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man gone and a man on second. 2, 10, and 4 for the Starfires with the runs, hits, and errors. 4, 5, and 0 for the Suns. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. So now the tying run is at the plate. Center fielder number 23, Bryce Walker, and he represents the tying run, and that is official.
Bryce Walker has lived up to his name, as we've said throughout the broadcast, in the walk department. 3 walks, 1 hit by a pitch. Also has flown out.
First pitch to him, swinging and missing. Strike 1. Double check over at second in the 0-1. Ooh, just missing there on the breaking ball. Must have missed low. That was good on the inside corner. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Breaking balls. This one hits the inside corner, but it's high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Quinn is over on second. It's not being covered by anybody. Here's a 2-1 from Langford. That's strike 2 at the knees, and now the Suns are 1 strike away on a deuces wild pitch, no less. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, a 2-run lead, a runner on second. Langford will set from the stretch. The time is first called. Langford will set. The 2-2. Swung on him, it's first strike 3. For the Pittsfield Suns, they find themselves on top of the leaderboard, on top of the standings. They're in first place alone as they start the season off 4-0. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fantastic game played by the Suns. They were doubled up in hits, but they were also doubled up. The Starfires were counted in runs. So when we come back, we'll give you the Pittsfield Suns postgame show, heard right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
Huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
See store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Now, back to Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with your host, Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien, and Colin Quinn.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pittsfield Suns postgame show. Heard right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Steve O'Brien Jr., Colin Quinn, and Paul Dowd Field at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. For the Pittsfield Suns, it was pretty much taking advantage of hits when they counted and taking advantage of when errors counted for. Really a true performance. And again, the Suns not really showing one true weakness. They're working in a unit, one as whole, where they're all part of a strong suit. All three: the hitting, the fielding, and the pitching.
Yeah, overall, I think they've done pretty well throughout this short 4 games that they've played so far. They've really shown us a lot for sure. I mean, they've dazzled us on the field, especially their defense. Their hitting was there when needed, especially today. Just the 5 hits, but they got the job done with the 4 runs. Just having the clutch hits and the pitching. I mean, you can't really say enough about the pitching. They've done their job and they've gotten the 4 wins that they've played in the 4 games.
I mean, to be honest, what really stands out to me today was the patience of the Pittsfield Suns. It looked like Steve Fleury was dealing early. It looked as though it was going to be another tight game, another pitcher's duel, which, it turned out to be fairly tight. But again, Pittsfield coming alive in that 5th inning, able to drive in 2 runs. Again, sort of a mirror image of our home opener Thursday night, a clutch 2-run double, and then able to tack on 2 more runs in the 6th inning. Suddenly they got a 4-2 lead, and they're staring down the barrel of a victory.
So for the Suns against the Starfires, this is how the game went. In the top of the 3rd, an RBI single by Andrew Ciccarelli, and then an RBI double by Tommy Quinn. Those were the only 2 runs scored by the Starfires. But then the Suns, as in the 3rd and 4th, the Starfires garnered 1 and 1. The Suns in the 5th and 6th garnered 2 and 2. A 2 RBI double by Jeff Bogus in the 5th. And then in the 6th, a solo shot by Jackson Peterson and an RBI single, infield single, by Nate Cormier. Ends the ball game with them losing in the hit department, actually being doubled up 5-10, but they doubled up the Starfires where it mattered most in the runs column, 4-2. Pittsfield Suns, again, with their 4th straight victory. Unfortunately for the Starfires, their 4th straight loss. So really an even-killed flip of a switch with both teams. The Starfires, again, it is their inaugural season. It's not uncommon to see them struggle out the gate, but it's also not uncommon for them to be a roaring fire towards the end of the season. So, again, it's only 4 games. It's not indicative of the entire season, but at least for the first week, the Suns on top of the leaderboard. They're the number 1 team in the FCBL.
Yeah, actually, I mean, the Starfire showed me a lot of good things today, especially for their organization. They may have lost their 4th straight game. They may be 0-4, but they did record 10 hits. I mean, usually if you get 10 hits, you win a ball game. Unfortunately for them today, it just didn't happen. I mean, they didn't get those timely hits. They made a couple of mistakes out there that really costed them the game, but there's definitely a bright future for the Starfires, and they're not going to go away. It's just 4 games in the books. There's still plenty of season left to go. So definitely clean up those errors for them. Their pitching was really, really good. You guys mentioned a lot about their pitching, especially their starter today in Fleury. But still, the Starfires are still going to be good to go, and the Suns are going to be heading to Westfield tomorrow to take on the Starfires. So it's going to be another great game.
Part 2 of a home and homecoming tomorrow. And for the Suns getting the victory today, that is going to go to the reliever. That is going to go to Joshua Jesuit and his first victory. He pitched 2 solid innings for the Suns. And in those 2 innings for Jesuit, he only gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, receiving the victory, his first decision of the season. Getting the loss will be Zach Player, who did have to leave due to injury. He was responsible for men on base. But for Player, he went 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He does receive the loss in for Ryan Langford, who's already 1-0 in the season, but he'll receive his first save of the season. Pittsfield Suns, you'll look at their players top and bottom. One player definitely stands out for the player of the game, Jackson Peterson. Not only a solo shot, but also a ringing double into the right center gap. Just absolutely crushed the ball today in terms of contact. Officially on the day, he was 2 for 4 with an RBI, of course, with a home run and a run scored there. And for the Pittsfield Suns, you look at their pitchers as well. Really, top to bottom was fantastic as well. But what we are going to do for the player of the game, or I should say pitcher of the game, that's going to go to the man who received the victory, Joshua Jesuit. 2 innings, faced the minimum. The only thing he did was give up a hit, and then his third baseman, Cauley, backed him up as he had to face the minimum with a 5-4-3 double play, 1 of 4 that Cauley did today. That's half the game's work right there in innings. But just an amazing game, top to bottom, pitching, defense, hitting, power, everything about the Suns today, including the base running on top. There's your number 4. Everything seemed well off today, and hopefully that's indicative of a trend that the Suns will go on and have that trajectory go on for quite some time. But want to gather your final thoughts, gentlemen.
Well, the one thing, and you brought it up earlier, Billy, just a second ago, was the work of the infielders, particularly Coley, and our first baseman for the evening. It's just they were strong all game. They've been strong all season. They've been able to turn those double plays. They've been able to get their pitchers out of tight situations with those 2-out combinations. It's something that's indicative of a professional and well-practiced baseball team.
Yeah, for me, I mean, Steve, you mentioned earlier, patience was huge for me today. I mean, we mentioned the Suns, only 5 hits, but they delivered at opportune times. And then another thing for me is the bullpen, how solid they've been all throughout the season, especially today. 4 innings pitched, just giving up 2 hits to the Starfires, 1 walk, and a combined 5 strikeouts for Jesuit and Langford. That bullpen has been a rock so far for the Suns. Let's see if they keep it up.
For the Pittsfield Suns today, this ball game started at 5:03 p.m. Somehow able to get through it without any weather. Ended at 7:35 for a game time total of 2 hours and 32 minutes in front of a hometown crowd of 443. The next time that the Pittsfield Suns play, well, we already talked about it. That's tomorrow. Back end part of a home-and-home against the Westfield Starfires. And the last time they were there, they one-hit them. Their first hit came in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. The Pittsfield Suns' next home game will be the morning game, which will be on Tuesday for game time at 10:30. Pregame set for 10:15. We do want to give a quick announcement. Steve, you will not be there. And the next time that you'll hear from Steve, he'll be back on Friday, the next home game when the Suns take on the North Shore Navigators. But this will be a fun couple days and fun couple weeks and fun couple months to see, especially with the way that the Suns are getting into high gear, starting off the season now 4-0. So that will do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. For players, coaches, umpires, and fans, alongside Steve O'Brien Jr. and Colin Quinn, this is Billy Madewell signing off, saying thank you for listening and watching in to Pittsfield Suns Baseball. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in the morning on Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Please join us next time for more exciting baseball action from Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park. This play-by-play broadcast of Pittsfield Suns Baseball was a production of the Pittsfield Suns. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the Pittsfield Suns is strictly prohibited.